There we go. Oh, we got her live. I don't think people realize how much I don't like doing this. Just pace around all freaking trying to living in the real Israel, wrestling with God, doing what's right over what I fear. Because if I'm wrong, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I definitely believe violence is definitely not the way. And I believe you should use truth in every situation. So I don't know. Wes Huff and Michaela Peterson. What a beautiful little couple. I tried watching a little bit of it. Maybe it wasn't like this throughout the whole thing, but it was so unauthentic. It was just the same regurgitated shit. It looked rehearsed. Not even rehearsed. It wasn't, no, it didn't look like it didn't look rehearsed. It looked like Wes already knew the questions he was going to get asked. And Michaela Peterson kept looking at her phone to find the questions for Wes. And I'm like, this is just such an unauthentic, just, but they look and they sound the way that people want to hear. He wants to bring Cupcake Jesus. He doesn't, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Someone can let me know. I don't even know. I don't think he knows the importance of the resurrection. Like that was one of the things before this. I got blessed by God to go on this little trip. I thought Jesus was ridiculous. I thought the sounds of a resurrection and all this other stuff, and that he just died for my sins, and that I just had to believe that. You know what I mean? Thought it was hokey pokey bukkake. I didn't ever diss Jesus just in case, you know what I mean? I was never an idiot, but I don't know if Wes is able to get into the characters when he's going through and hashtag never forget building 7. Yeah, never forget that Donald Rumsfeld told you the day before those towers went down, that there was, you got to think that was a long time ago, eh? Dollar's not the way it used to be, the way it is today. 2.2 trillion dollars. America's tax dollars just, well, buildings are gone. We don't know. We'll never know what happened to that money. No one will ever have to be held responsible. It's okay. You little slaves out there, you'll just rebuild our slush fund for us. Anyways, but you guys let me know where I might be wrong. Oh, Wes here. I don't think when he reads, he gets into the characters. I don't think because the reason of the resurrection had to happen. It had to. Because if it doesn't happen, it's kind of the end of the story, isn't it? I don't know if you guys remember what happened. Remember when Jesus said, The most honorable thing you can do is die for a friend. Do you remember when they got Jesus? Do you remember actually remember what happened? In fact, his rock, Jesus's rock, is like Jesus. What are you talking about? I don't know no Jesus. Well, he wouldn't have known a Jesus. It would have been Yahuwah or Yahusha or Yeshua or whatever, right? So, like, you guys take it for yourself. They weren't really believing at the time. So, if they just seen Jesus die and they already had in their head that they weren't willing to stand up for him and say you can't persecute somebody and risk it for the biscuit the way Jesus was doing for them, he had to come back. There had to be some inspiration. I mean, if you guys were all denying somebody and then all of a sudden they came back from the dead, that would sure fucking inspire you to go out and spread the message, wouldn't it? But I don't think that the resurrection was for so much for us. It was more for the disciples to be like, oh man, we better make sure people know that. Anyways, that's what I think. But well, what do you guys think? HK comes in with the shalom. All you need now is a friend who would inspire me to get off of YouTube. Well, you got inspired to do what you want to do. You got free will through God. You know what I mean? You can have two storybook endings at the end. That's what I think. Either you can live in the truth of your reality, and should you stand up for a better reality, doing it the Jesus way, or like you don't have to be down with Jesus. This is what I'm telling you guys. This is what, like, I think many men before us, like spiritual people, who understood the character that Jesus possessed. You know what I mean? Like those native folks. If you take the seven and you try and be a Dene, then you're probably on your way. You know what I mean? It's just, I think that, well, I think that Christ is real. I think that's what God showed me. So I'll go with that. Because in order to be with God, I think the number one uno numero thing is you got to want the truth and you got to not be ignorant. You got to, so either way, you know what I mean? If Jesus turns out to not be real, he sure did help me save myself. You know what I mean? Either way, even if he's not real, greatest character ever. Anyways, you guys want to talk about something different? Legit question, Carl. How do you support your family? Well, I had insurance. I worked all my life, HK. I was actually like one of these people who actually cared about their job, took took a little pride in being able to take care of my family and all that good stuff. You know, I worked hard all my life from a fucking little kid. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but the truth is the truth, right? I have a social insurance number. If I was a fraud, they could expose me. You know what I mean? But yeah, HK, I had insurance because my brain got broken, bud. I started not understanding things. I started asking fucking questions and I got fucking gaslit the fuck out of. I couldn't fucking punish people that didn't need to be punished because, like, it was, anyways. Yeah. So here's the problem, bud. People like me when you know the problem and you want to solve it, and the only way to solve it is to communicate with others, and then you try and figure out what the problem is between all of you. Because you go over fucking evidence and you say what makes common fucking sense. So yeah, and when a brain isn't able to fucking grasp common sense because there's no one on the other end, you know what I mean? It takes a toll on you. And it just, this little journey has just been a continuance of that. Lie after lie after lie. In fact, HK, like I tell everybody, I wish, I wish I was Brandon Biggs or whoever the fuck it is. I wish I was fucking Julie Green or fucking Troy, that guy that goes after Candace all the time. I wish God sent me messages like that because I'm begging for God to talk to me most of the time. And when he does, it's fucking, it's not when you ask him to, it's maybe when you need him. So I'll tell you about this one time. I'm sitting there. Well, I'm sitting at my table over there and I'm in court on my phone. And I had the video evidence of me being innocent, right? And well, I didn't have it, my wife did. Plus, the video that I had could have shown that the person who said that it was my fault statement didn't even make sense. It was there's no way it could come true. You couldn't sprinkle magic dust or anything. It was clear cut. And I was in a mental state, right? And I had no one to help me. I'm like, I can't, I'm like, oh fuck. So I asked, I was like, hey, I'm in a tight spot here. I don't have the information that I need. I thought I was gonna have help today, and I don't. And can we postpone for a little bit because I don't want to pay for something I didn't do. And they fucking refused. I'm like, I have the proof. Like I wanted to show the DA before the fucking fourth fuck court case, but the cocksucker wouldn't look at it. But anyways, so yeah, I'm in court, and I know how I am when I hear lies. I know I'm a little susceptible to those. Anyways, I'll make this story short. The district attorney and the judge said there's no way you're getting a remand. It's not like there was ever a remand before. You know what I mean? The system wasn't behind because of me. I wasn't trying to avoid it. I just ran into a situation where I didn't fucking want to pay for something I didn't do. I didn't feel like I should have to get a fucking lawyer and just fucking protect myself from something I didn't do when the evidence was there. And if the police had half a fucking brain, they could have figured it out with the fucking just the statement alone. Hey, read it, check it out for yourself. And then they provided a fucking video to the news, the fake fucking news, who announces they didn't even care what it was about. I can't even remember what they said. It was absolutely not even true. Me doing the Dukes of Hazard and fuck that not an accident, but a lot of fucking pressure on my brain, knowing that someone could fucking almost kill you and make you look like the villain, get you fucking charged, and there you are in court, and they're saying, "No, we're not going to let you prove your innocence. It's fucking do or die time now." And I'm just like, "Fuck." So, anyways, they take me in a back fucking room, not in a back room there, but in a fucking back room in the court, the virtual court. And Buddy's like, okay, this is what I'm going to give you. And you're going to have to take it or you're going to have to fucking do your shit without all your information. It's up to you, pumpkin. Which one are you gonna take? And I was like, dude, I don't know why you just fucking won't remand it. I'm telling you, I swear to you, if I fucking lied to you, put it in your notes and fucking nail my ass to the fucking wall. Okay, please, just fucking help me out here. No, no, and this voice came into my head and said, Carl, do what most men would do. So you can show them that even you have to fucking lie. So I had to sit there in front of a judge when I got out of that back room. So I was going to get severely punished if I didn't win. But if I took the cupcake fucking deal. So, anyways, so because of that voice, I took the fucking deal. Maybe it was me. I don't know. It felt like the same one that told me, hey, Carl, you're going to fucking feel like you're going crazy, but you're not. You're going to be strong enough to get through this. Now, only if I would have known a Carl Jung then. It wasn't until many years later I learned a Carl Jung. You might have to live in two worlds, and it's not going to go good. You're going to see things, and people are not going to want to see them. And when you ask them about them, it might cause you to be fucking delusional. They might draw you to the end where you think way worse than it fucking actually is. You're going to have to draw yourself together, figure these people out so you can show them what they're doing to each other. Hey, you guys want to know why so many people are fucking off in themselves? You should see the way you fucking people treat each other. Man, and you look good doing her too. Hey, you look like a bunch of cupcake good people. But that's the thing. I generally think that people would be good if they weren't afraid of getting hurt. It's when someone it can get hurt where you get to see the true self. You know what I mean? Do you have your Christ moment and stand up, or do you just say, "Hey, I'm not going to let my family suffer because of you, but I'm going to have to go with who pays me." I listen to y'all while I'm running calls and just wondered how you live while being on there. Well, no, HK, yeah. You can ask my wife. You can ask my wife. And I meant it when I said it to her. It's way before my fucking spiritual awakening, but she's always wanting to win the lottery, right? Wouldn't that be great? And I used to tell her, I was like, I think I'd still have to have a job or something. I'd have to fucking do something. I'd have to have a business. I'd have to fucking, I have to, you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, HK. It'd be fucking great to go on a whole bunch of vacations and shit like that. But yeah, unfortunately, right now I can't work. My nervous system's fucking shot. All too fuckaroony, dude. I got it, but it sounds like a curse, but it's really a blessing. It makes it so you can simplify things. You know what I mean? This world of complication, it makes you try and simplify things. Because there's this really crazy ding dong. Fucking, I don't know what's wrong with him, man. If if I'm a threat, I don't know. I don't know how he's on the streets. Anyways, people like to make fun of me because I can't shoot the Ten Commandments off at him. There's no way, with what I think I have. There's no way I could sit there and memorize them. There's no fucking way because my brain just won't allow it right now. You know what I mean? It's hard to. I don't know if there's anybody else with. Well, I guess they call it PTSD or whatever the fuck it is. Who goes around trying fucking good memorizer. Anyways, but what I do is I took the commandments and I looked them all over. And what I did is I just simplified it with, well, Jesus's teachings, right? Like he said, these two are the two, and they're pretty much the same. So I knew enough. Just if you just go around treating others the way you want to be treated, that was pretty much the way. But you have to also go the way of the truth, right? He said the truth was the way, right? So love thy Lord thy God with all thy heart, soul, and mind, right? And then he said the second one's just like her. So if you see someone going the truthful way, remember what he said? There's nothing more honorable than dying for a friend. In order to do that, you got to be willing to die to yourself first. Hey, what's going on, Johnny Ringo? Carl, you sound like the macho man sometimes. It's because I smoke too much. They say Tesla was a chain smoker until he broke through. I think I think among my journey, I think I learned that. You know what I mean? I think we get I think we get characters. God sends ones to match the devil, maybe. And I'm not saying they're all right about everything. But Carl Jung, I think he really did know God the way he said he did. You know what I mean? And that he warned us that we were going to be if we stayed in a state of Freudian stupidity, we might find ourselves in a bad situation sometime. You know what I mean? So, said we have to face our shadow self, right? Find out who we are. What are we capable of? If you never try, you never find out. You know what I mean? It's like Yoda: do or do not. There is no try. Well, Yoda, you have to try in order to do it. You know what I mean? And just because you try it doesn't mean you're going to get her done on the first go. So you're going to have to try again. You know what I mean? And sometimes when you fail trying, maybe it's good to take a look back and figure out what you're trying to do, and is it worth it? And fucking learn your lessons from your failures and find a way to do it. Right? I don't know. Let's go into Jesus a little bit more. Let's talk about Jesus. Whoops. There's some Carl Young right there. You guys want to hear it? I'll see if you guys can hear, all right? There is a particular danger in what others do not see. There's a particular danger in seeing what others don't see. And that's why it's so hard because I'm trying to say, hey guys, I see this and you guys can't. And you just, so it makes it harder. Hey, would you please like to take a look? No, we know. Oh, I hope you know because if you don't know, then what happens if you blow? I don't know. Two worlds at once. See, there he is. You have to live in two worlds at once. You have to live in this fucked up fucking world. And then you have to live up and well, actually, it starts fucked up, but it works its way into that's more of the world that you do want to be in, the one that was crazy at first, and then because this one here, this one that I have to participate in with everybody else, it's it's pretty ignorant. It doesn't It doesn't use common sense. I don't think, really. Like, that should be like, if there's an outside entity out on the internet and you've seen it for yourself called Klaus Schwab, and it says, we penetrate the governments. He tells you exactly what fucking governments, what leaders, and there's not even a fucking news station picking her up ever. Not one fucking person doing an investigation on it that could do something about it because anybody who is investigating it is called crazy because Klaus Schwab told them that he's penetrating the government. And then you got to know that his good buddy fucking George Soros wants to penetrate your brain with his perceptions or whatever perceptions he wants. Noah Harari's got you fucking penetrated because you're hacked and oh, this should be easy for the mainstream news to pick up on, and it's just not. It's crazy to me, eh?
Out the world, people smile, speak, trade manners like coins,
They're
they
fake.
with reality.
Yeah, they're
In the
fake.
inner world, you feel the movement beneath the floorboards. You hear what is not said. You notice the shadow behind.
You can't escape us. You can fool us for a bit, but you can't escape us. Because sooner or later,
Compliment. The hunger behind a joke, the fear behind a person's need to be right. And once the unconscious reveals itself to you, you cannot pretend it's not there. This is not a gift without cost because when
I like that. It's not a gift without cost. It will cost you everything.
you see the hidden pattern, you become unbearable to the collective illusion. Others will call you too sensitive, too intense.
Hey, Carl, why do you care so much about us protecting our children from elite pedophiles? You're so sensitive. Why? Is there something wrong with you? What is wrong with you, Carl? Why do you care?
Paranoid, negative. No,
I get told that all the time. You're the negative one, Carl. You're negative, negative, negative. Look at you. You're a danger to children. Carl, did you see your videos? Yeah, what is it you don't like about them? They don't look good. Hey, you don't look good in my eyes neither, but you don't see me telling you exactly how I fucking feel about you. Because if you did, you'd fucking throw up. But I tell you all the good things too. Like that's the thing. Like this is we got good in us. We got good and we got bad. And we gotta fucking figure out which wolf we want to feed. And the answer is not what you think it is. Anyways, not my answer. Your answer can be whatever you want your answer to be. I don't tell people what their answers are. I just think I'm here to help bring people to God that way. I don't have to tell people what God never I can I hope God never does that to me. Hey Carl, go tell these people this. I mean fucking I hope he never does. Because I think you gotta hear from God yourself, you know what I mean? I can tell you what I can tell you what God has said to me personally and what's got me through and stuff like that. But
because you disturb the spell that keeps them asleep. Yet the greatest danger is subtler. You may begin to
I like that. You're disturbing their sleep. They don't want to know they have to wake up. They don't want to know the children are in trouble because, well, they're better off that way. Let someone else let someone else lead the way for them. Melania Trump told them your kids' dreams will be able to come true. They'll be able to make movies with their minds in minutes. How creative. Watch the AI. And then you got to know Melissa Joan Hart, not Melissa Joan Hart, not Reese Witherspoon. She got caught trying to promote AI and trying to get women to get into AI, and but maybe she was doing it because she wanted to, but I think it was part of the play. I think she got caught doing her too. I don't know. Most people won't care. It's Reese Witherspoon. Like, what the fuck? She could, if Reese wants to manipulate me, that's just okay. I love Reese. Do you guys remember her husband, her first one? That movie he did, remember? Skull and Bones. Hey, can you imagine if there's dipshit groups out there like that? And you guys are ran by a bunch of men that give themselves to other men so they can have power. Isn't that really giving up your power to the man that, well, because you might have power on earth, but I think when you go see God, you see who had the real power. You gave her to Satan. You know what I mean? Bye. Everybody's got to pay the price to join a club, right? If you're going to be part of a club, you know the rules. Read the fine print, everybody. Oh man, I do want to say this. Oh, oh, no dramas here. Uh,
Try with your side. You may inflate the ego and mistake perception for superiority. Then the archetype of the sea.
see, that's the key too. Don't get too big on your britches, because I tell you guys, hey, I think God picked me because if I can do it, you can do it. And I don't have a superiority complex, but what I do have is I'm not going to let people bring me down to their level if I don't think they're on the level that I want to be on. Anyways,
Was a prison. And you turn cold, lonely, proud, separated from human warmth by your own awareness. To truly be is not to judge, it is to carry the truth without hatred.
yeah. So you got impasse. You guys can break them and they don't find themselves, or you can break them and they find themselves and they still love you. You know what I mean? I think some go on the hatred side, but I don't know.
Hold the shadow without worshipping it, and to remain humble enough to remember what you recognize in others is also alive within you. That
Recognize what is alive in you is also alive in others. Didn't Jesus say that? When we were talking about the Ten Commandments, how they like to make fun of me, and I just went, you know what I mean?
the real work, letting your vision lead you back to the self, not away from humanity.
That's what I said. It's like, hey man, what I've been through, it's been like a like a native and an Indian vision quest. And I had to bring myself back too, because humanity had me fucking asking questions and no mas, no mas, no talking. No, I swear I'm thinking this shit, but I want to talk about it. I don't want it to be. No, no. Anyway. I like old Carl Young. Do you guys want to hear some shit that's going on? Like, is this what's going? Like, I'm sorry. I fucking. This girl's helped me. I fucking. I used to listen to her a little bit, hear what she had to say, and stuff like that. And she even told me at one time that Donald Trump was a starseed and he was working with the Galactic Federation or whatever. That he was part of. He was. Anyways, let's listen to Lori Ladd. Okay. And she's had 3.6K views. And I would like to make sure that if those 3.6K people believe her bullshit, they will go to hell. Remember how Jesus was saying to the Pharisees, hey, if the people buy on to your fucking bullshit, you are going to drag them to hell. How do you think that works out for you being the leader that took them there? Are there levels and flavors? Do you want to risk it for the biscuit? I say, do we want, and remember, everything that I say on this channel is only my thoughts and my opinions. And if you think I'm wrong, please let me know. But it's my duty as a man of truth to try and say, I don't think she's telling the truth. And you might want to, these 3,600 people might want to regulate their brain whether what Lori says makes sense. But you got to listen to others. I'm not saying Lori ain't right. Maybe she's right and I'm wrong. But you got to take a look, find out for yourself because it's only you and your destination station depends on you to decide. Don't let others decide for you, just in case there is a hell. I don't know if there is. I don't know what happens when we die. I don't pretend to. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but I'm looking at reality. You know what I mean? Should you live in the fucking truth or feel comfortable in the lie? You got Donald Trump with the art of the deal, or you can have Christ with the art of truth. It's going to be your fucking decision. You know what I mean? Don't say that I'm wrong about it. It's not hard to figure out Donald Trump is not him. Look at his phones. Did any of you bubbleheads buy the Trump phone? You don't know what they're like yet, do you? Because you haven't received them, but you all paid your $100 deposits. And why did you buy those phones? Because they were advertised as the American phone for the American person. Let's get American. Hey, you guys remember that, right? Hey, gotta have your Trump phones. Wow. Turns out, guess what? America sucks. You can't build a phone for the amount that they wanted to sell them for. So, well, guess what? Your American phone just got a little Chinese. Hey? Well, you guys still haven't got them, but they're coming from China now. You know what I mean? So, like, I get it. Donald Trump just put his fucking name to him. He endorsed him. Said, go make me some money, pumpkins. Do whatever. Say whatever you got to do. Get her done. Maybe he doesn't know that but you would think you would know by now. And he would stand up and say something. If you're America first, he always seems to be invested outside, but he comes back to make his money in America. You know what I mean? It's weird. But yeah, that seems to be weird. The whole phone thing, eh? And I used Google. I used Google to see where the phones were being made, and it told me China. So if I'm wrong, sue Google. Okay. Really? Like he's so like He's telling kids that they're lucky to be on the planet right now because he saved them from nuclear fucking war. Kids. Do you guys remember the first time? This is where I really knew there was something wrong in Donald Trump's head, that he couldn't even play the role the way he was supposed to. He hadn't rehearsed or something. But I think it was Jimmy Kimmel who exposed him. That was a serious video where he's getting asked about Charlie Kirk and he gives it a little 1-2 and nothing to it. And then he diverts right to, this is the construction we're doing. This is what we're doing at the White House. I'm a builder. Look at me build. I'm a conqueror. I'm Caesar. I am your savior. I'm Roseanne Barr's daddy. I'm Tom McDonald's daddy. I'm everything Paula White wants. And I'm Laura Loomer Zoomer. Hey, what do you guys think? I mean, if I personally, no, I'm not talking about the people of Israel, I'm talking about the Israeli government who likes to fucking stick things up people's butts. Like, if they had half a fucking brain, they would go to Laura Loomer and say, please shut the fuck up. You're making things worse on us. Oh my goodness. Stop, you fucking moron. You're hurting our cause. But no, they're so fucking stupid. They fucking probably pet her and fuck tell her how wonderful she is. So she continues. So she never becomes a child of God, not realizing that if she's an imbecile, she can't go to heaven. And if fucking, like, what's her master promising her? She says she's a Jew. What kind of Jew are you, Zoomer Loomer? Are you fucking the Zohar Julians? Are you fucking like what? Like, are you the ones that should be following the Ten Commandments and know that they have to be Mashiach in order to go to God? They are their own communication station, and well, it's time to turn on your receivers. There's a message that's been trying to fuck come through, and I don't know if she is or not, but she's trying, I think. But you guys are up against a fucking. They are. Look at them. Make a poster of these fucking idiots, please. You are up against a force like no other that fucking wants your brain so desperately. Oh, it wants to control you. It couldn't handle if you actually got to live the way you were supposed to. Oh, they wouldn't feel important anymore. The Rockefellers and the Rothschilds, they're beating the fuck out of you guys, eh? That's fucking. Some of them even come out and say, incest is best. And we got to think to us, they're probably the Zoharians. These are the people that brought you Israel. Do you guys trust the Rothschild? Really? Lord Rothschild. Oh, Lord. I hate to tell you guys, if you call one human a fucking Lord, you probably lose your fucking Lord status yourself. You know what I mean? Because the key is to know that the Lord lives inside of you. Therefore, you are the Lord, but you cannot Lordinitis on anybody else, especially with Vince McMahon. Hey, Lordinitis. John Lordinitis. He will unite us in his poop stories, eh? Could you imagine the story that fucking John Laurinaitis would have, the experiences he probably had with Vince McMahon, and knowing that he had to come to God, he had to spill his guts. I just, I'm just, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't like, I wouldn't know unless Vinnie Mac did it. There's lawsuits out there, guys. You guys can't make fun of me for laughing. I don't know all the information, but I do know that he likes to poop on people. And Vinnie Mac is not my kind of people, but he's Donald Trump's people. You know what I mean? And I'm worried about the schooling system in America with Linda McMahon. Like, I look back, and don't get me wrong, like the WWF and the WWE was a big part of my childhood too. But when you look back at some of the sick shit that Vince McMahon was putting on TV and putting himself into, it just, she allowed that too. You know what I mean? And she knew about Pat Patterson and all that stuff. And it's terrible. But I might be wrong. You know what I mean? I did not like it. I did not like it when there was people saying they were victims of Pat Patterson, saying that he was a homosexual. And then I got to watch that Pat Patterson coming out on the WWE, surrounded by other WWE superstars. And he, oh, jeez, Louise. ah. These people just fucking get to do like that. I think about the Epstein victims, right? But how many victims are there that nobody even knows? What if there's just these idiots have other islands and shit like that, just fucking filled with people to use at their pleasure because nobody even fucking knows. And we'll never know. That's why nobody can go down for Epstein. Nobody can put the pressure on somebody for Epstein. Because if you put the pressure on Bill Gates, as much as he's a big influence on their movement, he couldn't handle the pressure of having to face the truth. He couldn't handle the pressure of being questioned. Because I don't know what the truth is. Maybe Bill's a good guy, but I don't think he can handle the pressures of getting asked questions by people who only want the truth and don't give a fuck that he's Bill Gates, gives a fuck how much money he has, or give a fuck how much Bill Gates can threaten them or whatever. Because the children of this world deserve a better life. That's something worth dying for, isn't it? Let's do this. Let's go over why I think. I just don't want to quiet them on. I just don't want to say it. Okay.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Teachings with Yeshua. This is episode number 2. This is a recorded.
That's a fucking bold claim. You gotta take that to God. These are teachings with Yeshua.
And this is all about sitting with Yeshua for 10 minutes. So you can do this practice all day, every day.
Yeshua, Jesus, is not a 10-minute thing. It is a full-time commitment. And if you fuck up in your commitment, be willing to recommit yourself by figuring out where you fucked up and not letting it happen again.
Download it.
100%. Not 10 minutes a day. You got to try and live in Christ.
The intention or the hope is that it calms your nervous system. It reduces any stress, anxiety, worry, fears, overwhelm, exhaustion, mental, physical, emotional.
Let all your problems float away. Don't see your reality for what it is.
When we sit with Yeshua without trying to do anything, without trying to feel him or hear him, just being in his presence immediately brings us into a homeostasis. It brings us back to our natural state. The key here is to just sit in the stillness, to be enveloped in his energy. He is the Prince of Peace, and he truly brings peace.
Who did Jesus say he prayed to? Praise the Father. Pray to the Father. Why is that? Because Jesus said he lived in you.
Bodies, into our minds, into our emotional states. And so today, for 10 minutes, you and I are going to sit and I will guide you through this. Yeshua's energy is all around us right now. And I want you to imagine that you're going to walk into a room. And when you sit down in this room, the energy of Yeshua is everywhere. It's like a big cloud of Yeshua.
I can't do it anymore. Look how nice that is. Can you feel the acceptance? Can you feel the warmth? I personally think Lori Ladd is on her way to fucking hell because she's evil. There's a demon inside of her telling her that she has the right to speak for Yeshua and to guide people to not face their problems. These people think, and I'm not saying she's purposely evil or wants to hurt people. She wants people to love her. She wants people. She desperately wants to be loved. She wants to make sure you come back for love time and time and time and time and time and time and time again. And she'll tell you whatever it is that probably makes you feel really good inside. But if you don't,